Hi, I'm Eli from the YouTube channel IgnitionTube, and today we are taking a break from our BMW and Audi content to talk about this thing that I just picked up, which is an Axial SCX24 1/24th scale mini rock crawler thing. Now, originally, I wasn't even gonna make a video on this thing, but I've been enjoying it so much, and it's added an aspect to my work from home life that I really didn't expect, that I figured I would tell some of you guys about it, and if you're interested, you can buy one of them. I would like to say that none of this is sponsored. I've paid for all of this with my own money. Now, if you're like me and work has changed and you've been working mostly remote or almost exclusively remote or fully remote recently, you know what a struggle it is to sit here and beep boop at your computer all day. And when you want to take a break, what do? You go and lay down on the bed or lay down on the couch or whatever and scroll through Instagram. This has had the unexpected benefit for me of getting me away from screens. It's nice to be able to just turn around, fire this thing up, and hopefully it's charged, and go wheeling on the bed. Especially when the bed is unmade, which I often get in trouble for. But it's been really great to step away from just work and screens and stuff like that and have a non-screen activity that you can do inside. Just a quick note, if you do buy one of these, they make LiPo battery bags, which are literally just bags to charge your LiPo battery in. These batteries are known to explode randomly, especially if you put too much voltage to them, and all you do is put the battery in there and then charge it, and if the battery were to explode, it would catch the explosion inside of it. Well, it's snowing today. There's only one logical thing to do. Now, as soon as you start researching the SCX24, you're immediately going to see how much aftermarket fun support there is for it. And so as soon as I ordered mine, I hopped on eBay and I ordered a set of wheels. And then from the same place I ordered the crawler from, which is A-Main Hobbies, I ordered a set of Goodyear tires that I saw a video recommending online. Now, what's cool about a lot of the stuff that they do with these is, like, these are actually licensed Goodyear tires with a real Goodyear tread pattern and stuff. And the wheels are machined. Now you're gonna ask, Eli, why does it matter that the wheels are machined? Well, the factory wheels that come on this thing are made out of plastic, and the whole goal of modifying these, I mean, you can make more power. I have a different servo for the steering because it gets a little weak once you get the wheels on that. We'll get into that. But the main goals of modifying these is moving the center of gravity as low as possible and making the Jeep or the vehicle as wide as possible. I should take a second to say, I'm a big form and function kind of equally guy. They make a Jeep, they make a Chevy C10, they make some weird thing called the Deadbolt. I think this was the most visually appealing. They have this one in white and yellow. I bought the white one because I'm not about the flashy yellow life. But anyway, like I said, the goal of modifying these is to get the weight as low and as wide as possible. Now, if you're looking for quality control, these wheels may not be where it's at. Some of the fake beadlock milling on the front is not the same size, which you can see in this video, but overall they seem to work pretty well. Let's jump into the modifications that I've already performed on this Jeep. Now, we start out with these guys, which I don't think it'll focus on this. What this is exactly what it looks like. It's a big hex extended nut. It acts exactly as a spacer would on a car. So essentially there's a tiny little plastic hex that usually goes there from the factory, and then instead you replace it with this metal hex on the end. I happen to opt for the 7mm ones because they came with a tool. I'll talk about that in a second, but that is the equivalent of a 6.5-inch spacer in real life, and I'm really happy with them. They come with their own little lug bolts that stick through the aftermarket wheels really nice. They don't work as well with the stock wheels, although you could always just Dremel out the stock wheels a little bit. Now, when changing wheels, it's a 4mm nut that you actually swap, but I learned while doing it that this wheel is too deep for a 4mm socket, so you need one of these fancy guys. Now, these two on the right I bought as a package off of Amazon for $7.98, but this one came with the hub extenders I was just talking about. That's the lug nut for it, by the way, for $8.98. These are absolute garbage. They're from a company called Share Goo. This isn't 4mm and that isn't 4mm. This one is too big and that one is too small. This one is like a little on the small side, but seems to work. So it's just like again a game of quality control. You kind of have to get lucky. I don't know why you could buy the tools for $8 if you could just buy this plus a mod for $9. So these are going back to Amazon. One more thing to mention here, this is called green slime. A lot of the guys online recommend putting this or like marine grease or something in your shocks, which I did. I took the whole shock apart, I put a little bit in. To fill up the shocks takes like literally a tiny drop, and so you're left with this whole canister of stuff. This was $6. Honestly, don't think it's worth it. I mean, you can see in this video there's a little bit of difference in rebound, but for the most part, especially if you're crawling indoors like I've been, you really don't notice a difference. All right, here's your comparison. There's the stock wheels, dog not included, and there are the beadlock wheels with the Goodyears. There's a lot more give in this tire. The tires are a lot softer compound wise, and they actually have a foam insert that they come with that I took out so you get a little bit more play in the sidewall. Now there are a couple downsides to running these big wheels and tires and sticky wheels and tires, including literal non-stop rubbing. Even after trimming the fenders. And because of how sticky these tires are, the steering servo does tend to struggle with them on carpeted or bed or clothing or pretty much anything that's not hardwood floor. And on hardwood floor, it has trouble making a tight turn because obviously all the diffs are locked, plus the tire is now rolling over because again we don't have foam in it. See how it kind of rolls that way as I push it? So it has trouble making tight turns on hard floor. But I have a steering servo upgrade coming for this. It's actually in my drawer, I just need to install it. There are a lot of fun mods that you can install. Like an upgraded motor is $8. The steering servo I think was $12 shipped. There's lots of easy stuff, and there's so much content on these. It is honestly mind-blowing. When I first was looking at one of these, the thing that really hooked me in was the amount of content that there was, like I said, on how to modify these. I mean, they've only been out for 2-ish years from what I understand, and there's so much stuff that you can 3D print, there's so much stuff that you can buy, there's so many free mods that you can do. You know, you can move the shocks, you can make an indoor crawler, outdoor crawler, and people go absolutely bonkers with these. There's SCX24 Facebook groups, not even just RC Facebook groups. There's like Facebook groups for this specific model that just have people in them doing crazy stuff. Overall, I've really been enjoying my time with SCX24. I'm excited to modify it in the future, and the beautiful thing about this is you buy a mod a week for $10 or something like that. You satisfy your retail therapy urges. You get to do a ton of research. You get to watch a ton of videos and learn a bunch of things. And then you get to install it on a really tiny scale, which means you don't need a garage. You don't need anything crazy. You just go to a desk and install stuff. So I've really been enjoying that. It's helped me obviously step away from a screen, but also it's just really fun to research and modify and wait on some new mods coming. So I have a ton more stuff coming for this. I'm not sure if you'll see another video because I don't think it's video worthy unless this video does insanely well. I'll find some reason to buy a lot of things for this. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to leave a comment, let me know what you thought. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.